Evening and welcome to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike and this is Alex, coming to you from Green Dragon CVR in Woodbridge, Ontario, the only place you'll find the latest games, soon to be those announced at E3, to play and purchase alongside over 100 different kinds of Ontario craft beer, like the one we're about to crack and drink from the can like dirty heathens.
Ha! Bang bang!
Bang bang, one
Left
of our
Field
favorites.
Brewery.
Salute, bud.
Yeah, dude. It's
Glorious
another,
E3.
Another E3 in the bag. E3
What's
never
your overall
gets old
impressions?
For me.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because obviously every year, things change and there are some things that I care not so much about, some disappointments maybe, but overall, without a doubt, E3 is always exciting for me. I love watching all the press conferences, all the stuff.
I must say,
Take
for me
the
as
good
well.
with the bad and figure out what you're gonna enjoy out of it, right?
I understand at the end of the
love
day, it's funded by a lobby group in the form of the ESA, and they're associated with all kinds of controversial practices now that I neither care about nor want to talk about.
No.
And, I really don't care about any of that because at the end of the day, certain creative powerhouses use it as an opportunity.
As a promotional tool, exactly, right?
To show us some of their newest products. I know Gamescom is coming up this year, too, in August, which is even a bigger one. We're going to see some new stuff there as well. But
okay.
E3 is great, man. There's PAX East and PAX North, I think there are now.
Honestly, the Game Awards is fucking amazing.
Game Awards as well. There's a number of them in the year.
Because they
but,
announce a lot of stuff, too.
I can't say, I enjoy E3 more than those, but at least at the same caliber. Insofar as it's used by great studios as an opportunity. Maybe not anymore. I've seen a lot of videos lately about what they call the irrelevance of E3 now because it used to be a trade show, you see, where people would come from
Before
Sears and Walmart
days,
and
right?
stuff like that, and they'd be like, oh, I want to see this product or that product, and whether or not I'm going to buy it to stock in this massive store, it would depend on what they saw there. So it's no longer that, obviously.
Yeah, with the before there was mass information sharing through the internet and stuff, I guess a lot of people would go not only to see what's coming and actually speak to the developers. That was more, I guess, the print days where you'd write articles and then people like us
that
would
be
read
the other
them.
main function of E3 in the day was to facilitate the transmission of information by journalistic organizations, right?
Exactly.
Which were at the time perhaps more integral than they are
Which
now.
are no longer needed, but we'll leave that alone too. Obviously, I think the big news this year was Sony not attending.
I think it was. But I think at the same time, for the same reasons we're praising this conference, they've managed to find a much less expensive way to do the same thing for themselves.
Yeah, it's sort of like a few years back when Nintendo basically dropped out of E3. I can't remember which one. It was a couple years ago.
Did they not just air a video of themselves speaking right now, right?
Basically, they are involved this year, of course, and they had a E3 Direct, but that 1 or 2 years it was where they didn't participate at all. They did the same thing. They just came out with their own video, which is...
Just in the sense, though, that the one we just watched earlier today was essentially a video.
Essentially the same thing. They didn't have...
that was pre-recorded, right?
Yeah, it was just
with Bowser
the same thing.
And CGI Bowser and
Nintendo Direct for E3, right?
Yeah. But overall, I enjoyed what I've seen over the course of the weekend so far, and I think there's still some... maybe it's done. There was some stuff still playing now. We were just watching some Pokemon Sword and Shield footage.
That one
pretty badass.
Yeah,
I must say, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I don't particularly care about the Dynamax feature, but
aside
from
neither,
that,
I mean, 3D Pokemon game.
Camera control, right? That's a first of the series. It's hilarious.
We'll blush about it shortly, but I guess what do you think about doing a short rundown of what we've seen over the course of the weekend and
Microsoft went first,
covering our thoughts. Yeah, Microsoft was first. I think there was EA. What was it called?
Oh, EA Play thing?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't really follow that, but they did. That's where they showed off the Star Wars footage that we watched after the fact, right?
The Microsoft one. Okay, cool.
Which is a whole entire video on its own of what we think of that game.
So I think firstly we should just briefly touch on the Fallen Order footage. I know the layman who we talk about frequently, we admire them and enjoy their channel, but also disagree with them on this count. That's for sure. I don't know what there is to be disappointed about in that game. They compared it unfavorably to Darksiders 3, another game I actually enjoyed too. At the end of the day, that kind of deliberate third-person combat will never be boring to me.
God of War was
if it's
praised
well executed.
for that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was. Anyways, let's not get into the...
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's not get into that.
We'll make another video.
Another video about that. But God of War was praised for that. I find this attitude weird and compromised.
Yeah, right? They were praised for having the tight, third-person, slower, methodical combat. Almost it would be like a Dark Souls, but not the same. But
it looks like their Souls-like combat, this Uncharted or Tomb Raider style of exploration.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about this game. And at the end of the day, something, again, we're going to make a video about later, but like to call to mind that LOTR game on PS2 we were just playing. Not only a licensed game, but a movie game. Well, the same thing, I suppose.
It checks all the same boxes.
It's an EA game and a licensed game, I mean to say.
Yeah, movie
and
license.
It was good, you know? So
yeah, it was
it's
amazing.
not impossible, and I'm rooting for it, man. I like the kind of game
yeah.
they're trying to make anyway, so I hope it pans out. And
absolutely, same.
Yeah. Another big announcement was, of course, something we heard leaked in the weeks leading up to E3, this Elden Ring project with Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin. Of course, damn excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
Damn excited for that.
Absolutely.
I don't know what else to say. I didn't really see much, but the concept looks cool, and I'm
how can you?
I mean, what else is there to say? I don't know.
You know, how can they go wrong?
Yeah.
Trust the
It's not
studio.
even proof of concept. They were literally just saying we're making this, and I'm fine with that. Cool. I'm
in.
looking forward to that, of course. Very disappointed though to hear that Microsoft put Ninja Theory to work. Guys who made things like Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, Heavenly Sword, fucking Hellblade, and now they're making a 4-player action multiplayer game called Bleeding Edge of some kind. Isn't that the one with the big fat lady we saw?
It reminds me of like Lawbreakers, which like died and failed like right off the bat.
Yeah.
That kind of it's almost like they're going after like Overwatch.
Good luck.
Right? And that's like I don't know.
Disappointing.
Although
you know, we could maybe think of it as the rarefication of Ninja Theory by Microsoft, eh?
Yeah, you know what? That would make sense.
Going from your banjos and your conkers to
to this
bleeding
whatever
edges.
You want to call this?
Bleeding monies, probably. Outer Worlds also was, briefly showcased as well, and it still looks pretty badass. It is releasing across all consoles, though, so the fact that it showed here at Microsoft is...
Funny enough, I missed that part, and I haven't actually seen nearly anything for this game, so I don't know what to think. Maybe I'll just go in blind.
Yeah, perhaps.
It's being talked about like it.
Trust Obsidian, though. It looks neat, yeah.
Right?
The brief stuff that they showed. There was also some stuff about streaming tech totally disinterested in, though. As a neat fact, they will allow you to use your own console as your server for streaming, perhaps to your other devices.
Yeah, to like a Android, iOS,
so, I mean,
or whatever. Maybe a TV. Who the hell knows?
That's all right, I suppose. I'm not interested in playing games like that myself, but I definitely see why people would be, I guess. There's many
I could
times
see
when
the
I'm like,
appeal.
I want to play my PS4 in the backyard or something like that.
Yeah, right,
Sarah,
yeah.
Like, I wanna,
thinking of the... I'm picturing putting like a massive TV in the backyard and like figuring out...
Even if you just want to take your, laptop
and
like plug in your controller or something.
Anything,
Bluetooth connected. That would be nice.
Yeah, I guess I could see sort of the
Not my
appeal,
thing, but
when they showed off, like, for example, that demo with Doom, like, they had the little smartphone.
You could see the latency, by the way. I wanted to say, like...
I didn't notice, but...
Yeah, you could see the guy tap the switch up and it...
Yeah?
Later,
I'm even speaking for just holding a controller and playing it on your smartphone. Like, I mean... Is that going to be... How enjoyable is that going to be?
Oh, it's not.
To you,
it's
right?
It's not going to be enjoyable at all.
Like
I'm looking for something to smoke right now.
It's bad habit.
Should light up that hookah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, that was Bethesda's streaming tech, but Microsoft announced some of their own as well.
Microsoft had their own. Of course, they're all going to have something, right?
They are. There's also that... sorry to cut you off there. That Blair Witch survival horror game. And the studio making that one is behind Layers of Fear, the Polish team, Bloober team. It looks akin to Outlast or Resident Evil 7. I'm down to give that a shot too.
Sure.
And the Cyberpunk cinematic trailer. I kind of wish we'd seen more gameplay and less like... I understand the value of Keanu Reeves as a marketing device, but it doesn't stoke me out for the game. Like,
no, exactly.
I want to see some gameplay. There was already some shown. It would have been better off just go with what you've already shown than to do whatever.
Yeah, maybe expand upon it a little bit if you can.
I'm not disappointed because there was a white male in it, but because they didn't show any actual Cyberpunk 2077. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. And the biggest bummer is that Double Fine, behind such great titles as Psychonauts and what the hell was that Jack Black game with the metal and the armies?
Untold. No, that's not.
Brutal Legends. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, no, they're just purchased by Microsoft. Bit of a bummer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see how their rarefication takes place.
Too bad there's no Kinect for them to be forced into a room making Kinect games.
Right. And after that, we had Bethesda, also on the same day, 8:30 p.m. as opposed to 4 in Eastern Time where we were. And I'd say overall, probably mirroring your impressions, it was a pretty disappointing experience.
I'd say I at least would have. I mean, I would have liked to have seen something from anything from the Elder Scrolls 6, but obviously I guess they're not ready yet. I mean, I know that's a serious title. It's going to take some time, but at the end of the day, that That would have been nice. Right?
Would have been nice, yeah.
But we got Fortnite 76, so that's
we
almost
did get Fortnite
equally
76.
as good.
It's almost equally as good, yeah. And everybody loves mobile games, right, Pete Hines?
Yeah. Don't you have phones?
Everybody loves mobile games. Yeah. He was probably talking to that guy at Blizzard, and they were like, hey, everybody has
we're
phones.
talking on a phone right now.
Oh.
Let's get off it and play mobile
Buddy, yeah,
games.
Fallout 76. I'm surprised, man. Why don't you just let that business
You know what killed
die?
me the
Somebody's
most?
spending money on it, I guess, right?
I didn't even say it when we were watching it, but did you see how they sort of made it like that ring of fire? It reminds me of the Battlefield 5. It's called Firestorm, right? And it works the same way. The fire comes in and shrinks the area, because that's how Battle Royale is, right? The area shrinks, forcing players to fight, and then you have the last one standing, right?
Maybe you can let me into something that I've had trouble figuring out so far.
Yes.
Supposing you like Battle Royale games, why would you play this one?
I wouldn't. I would play PUBG.
Or fucking any of the other leaders in the field right now, which are...
I think PUBG and the Call of Duty one are like... Or Apex. Yeah, Apex Legends. Those are the more serious ones if you want to play a Battle Royale game. That's the thing. Like, don't the mechanics suck in Fallout? Like, as a single-player game, obviously, you make do with whatever the mechanics are. But as a competitive thing, like, aren't they kind of janky for that? I don't know. I
really don't see. Like,
I haven't even played.
They must have some kind of core audience. They make all kinds of extravagant claims about the community they have assembled, which I'm incredibly skeptical about.
Whatever. I don't even.
Would be the first instance of Toddy Boy lying through his teeth.
Yeah. Scott, Michael Scott of the game industry.
Michael Scott of the game industry. Yes. So cheers to you, Fortnite 76. But we did hear from that awesome lady the internet is shitting their bed about Ikumi Nakamura, the lead concept artist.
That was my favorite part of Bethesda's conference.
Yeah. She was lead concept artist behind Evil Within, which had great art, actually. Badass art. You should check out the art book. I'll bring it next time. It's really cool. Tango Gameworks, Shinji Mikami, the guy behind Resident Evil 4, assembled that studio a few years ago before making Evil Within and Evil Within 2, and now they're working on this game called Ghostwire Tokyo. We just saw pretty much a concept piece, but I'm stoked for it.
But I mean, it looked interesting, and it looks like,
it looks within the same, like, atmosphere, the same, within their realm of expertise. Anyways, they're making like some kind of like
they're not straying too far, but it's also something new.
Yeah, new IP. So that's cool. We did see a new IP at the Bethesda Studio 1, and then we did see another one also from Arcane, which is great because I love Arcane.
Which one was that?
Deathloop. They
made,
they made
I don't know
Dishonored,
what to think about
2.
that one.
They made Prey. I mean, it's not. I don't believe it's a multiplayer game. It's like about.
I hope not, because it certainly could be.
They may make it into some kind of like 2-player thing, but it's about these like 2 assassins.
Yeah, I remember the the dude
keep coming back to life in this like city full of like different enemies that get in their
each
way
other,
and stuff like that, and they
It
have to try and
definitely
break the
seemed,
loop. It has an apparently like involving story, so I imagine it might have like some kind of like cooperative component in the vein of like, I don't know, something like Monster Hunter or whatever, but I don't believe it's going to be a full-blown online game.
It kind of intrigued me a little bit. It looked like I like the art style, like what they were showing off, but obviously we don't know what gameplay. This whole E3 has been like
concept,
a lot
concept
of
proofing.
CGI stuff, and like, is this gameplay? Is it?
But I do like to know, for example, that a couple of my favorite studios like Tango and Arcane are working on new projects. I like those guys, and I trust their creative vision, I guess, one being a Japanese powerhouse full of like cool people and badass artists, and the other being like responsible for great games like again Dishonored. Some of my favorite titles.
Dishonored was cool.
I love Dishonored. Dishonored. The first one especially. The second one's pretty good too, but the first one was so cool, man, and the DLC is so cool. The world they built is amazing, and they had this book you can get at Chapters. It was like a diary or something in the hand of some guy from the universe, like about all this weird world run on like whale belly like fat or something like that to make electricity. It's out there. It's really good. But anyways, Deathloop by Arcane. Looking forward to that one too. And then they showed Doom Eternal, which, man, I'm pretty excited for that too.
Yeah, I love what they're doing.
I like what they're doing
Doom
as well.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'm definitely into that.
I feel like they're just it's Doom. It is what it always has been, and it looks great. It's like
great translation of the game to the 3D space. It was shown alongside that streaming tech, though. Of what the hell was it called? I don't even care about remembering the name. Frankly,
Orion or something.
Yeah, and there was noticeable input lag. Even watching from where we were watching, you could see like the guy tap the stick, and anyways.
I mean, at the end of the day, none of that.
Yeah, it
really, because
not pertinent to Doom, but
my favorite way to play Doom is
locally.
Mouse and keyboard, buddy, on a, you know what I mean? Like, just plugged into a headset, like,
yeah.
PC is the way to go for shooters. For me,
but we did see, though, them traveling not only through hell, but there was heaven, hell levels, this Sentinel homeworld, plenty of different and cool-looking enemies.
Yeah, all the environments, all the settings are cool as hell. Like, the gameplay looks... It's basically, I guess, more of... It's going to be more of the same from the first one,
Super
right?
fast. There was, in the bottom left corner, this health bar, and also, like, above it, this, like, dash meter with with 2 cooldowns on it, 2 bars on either side of the circle, and you could dash. It filled up in maybe a couple of seconds, but I guess it was to limit you spamming the dash.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Liked that a lot. And that's a November 22nd release date, so that's pretty sweet, too. Doom Eternal's coming out this year. That was the end of Bethesda.
I'm excited to play more of that. It's just... no bullshit. It is what it is. It's fun. Yeah, I like it, right?
So they did have a few good offerings, man. Like 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Bethesda's conference was terrible. It was sort of mixed for me. Like, they went a little bit
goofy stuff, but
like the Elder Scrolls Blades coming to the Switch. Like, I don't know that. I don't give a shit. They already have Skyrim on the Switch. What the fuck are you gonna play Blades on this?
Yeah, seriously.
Whatever, right?